mwana urime kombo kwete kura usarima wokuda mukota urime kombo kwete kura usarima wokuda mukota urime kombo kwete kura usarima nikayale nedenda urime kombo kwete kura usarima nikayale nedenda urime kombo kwete kura usarima rakatata kuzibata urime kombo kwete kura mubari tatata kuzibata urime kombo kwete kura usarima saka ndowana pei kombo ndowana se saka ndowana sei kombo ndowana se pasaruto ndowana sei kombo ndowana se pasaruto ndowana sei kombo ndowana se tora nguva yako sinure meso tora nguva yako sinure meso chakacha chakaoneka mutanda wakasiyambare chakacha chakaoneka mutanda wakasiyambare rimwe kutuka kwaro kuyukunze mukatiri namasose rimwe kutuka kwaro kuyukunze mukatiri namasose iwo matende mashava anowanza avasandoro iwo matende mashava anowanza avasandoro kunaka kwemunhu mazuvano kuri muropa kunaka kwemunhu mazuvano kuri muropa runako rwemunhu muzukuru ruri mutsika runako rwemunhu muzukuru ruri mutsika saka tora nguva yako sinure meso iwe tora nguva yako sinure meso
wakurondetera mwari wakurondetera baba wakurondetera mwari wakurondetera mwari mwari makanaka
muka. Fuka fuka umuzioni fuka. Fuka fuka umuzioni fuka. Wembate ya manda ako. Wembate ya manda ako. Muka muka iwe. Muka muka iwe. Muzioni muka muka iwe. Muzioni muka muka iwe. Muka iwe, muzioni muko. Muka iwe, muzioni muko. Usifukite nesimbarako. Usifukite nesimbarako. Usati zanda pinda sioni na moya pela. Usati zanda pinda sioni na moya pela. Pasioni hapana chino buya wakabatu. Pasioni hapana chino buya wakabatu. Sioni muti ukasandirizira unofa. Sioni muti ukasandirizira unofa. Mira nikute umwana wa mai wangu. Mira nikute umwana wa mai wangu. Nonijera bo nikurumeze. Nonijera bo nikurumeze. Ureke kuzofa nenyota makumbo ari mumvura. Ureke kuzofa nenyota makumbo ari mumvura. Setire machia chepanzi vari feti saita. Setire machia chepanzi vari feti saita. Chakapeta makore makumi matatu le mazere. Chakapeta makore makumi matatu le mazere. Chichingo pomera nilo shaiwa ndondizundizira. Chichingo pomera nilo shaiwa ndondizundizira. Chichingo pomera vanonditangira. Chichingo pomera vanonditangira. Muka muka iwe. Muka muka iwe.
Mutendi High School wishes Your Grace Bishop Dr. Nehemiah Mutendi a blessed 82nd birthday. We are what we are because of your mentorship, a successful boarding school offering a diverse and modern curriculum. We sail in your favor, so appealing we are that today we pride of an over 1,000 learner enrollment. This is your institution guided by your holy vision. Kururama ndiko kunokudza rudzi. Proverbs 14 verse 34. Where vana vako vose vachadzidziswa naJehovha. Rugare rwavana vako ruchava rukuru. Isaiah 54 verse 13. Great is our dream that we seek your guidance as we continue to grow and succeed as an educational destination of choice, not only in Masvingo province, but in Zimbabwe. All this that we are is thanks to your grace. You are a great tutor. May the Lord Almighty give many more years as you shepherd all your sheep.
Chaptena Marimelda Samirida sa Dr. Nemia.
Kwatava kure. Mambo ngabararame, ngabararame, ngabararame. Kwatava kure. Ngabararame, ngabararame, ngabararame. Kwatava kure. Ngabararame, ngabararame, ngabararame. Kwatava kure. Ngabararame, ngabararame, ngabararame.
Kamazenga tino kunmira obeba. Mambo vedu ngabararame forever. Sema sion tino kumbra tino chema tino kumbra tino chema. Ngabararame.
Choku mutende Mwari wamaelda matatu akatungamira muprofita Samueri. Nhasi unoti naye mwana wake Nehemiya muprofita ari pakati perudzi rwedu. Mambo ngavararame, 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 Watabakure ngavararame, 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 Watabakure ngavararame, 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 Watabakure ngavararame, ngavararame, ngavararame. Saka tine mufaro isu maZiyoni tichiti ngavawedzerwe makore. Mambo weZiyoni ngavararame, Mwari wa moyo, Mwari wa moyo.
Saka sambatenga tinotenda nekuti paloya redu repaZiyoni ngarirarame, ngarirarame,
Mambo ngavararame, 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 Watabakure.
Happy birthday, I'm a servant of God. He's
Rugara waMwari.
Amen.
Tinoda kutenda Mwari wangu nasinasame Jehovha waNehemiya, Mwari une simba watitendera kuti nhasi uno tisanganezve uri musi womuvhuro paprogramu yeRebuilding Lost Hope. Tisati taenda kure zvakanyanya, toda kuti tinamate. Ngatinamatei tose. Rugara waMwari.
Amen.
Famba Zion.
Join Zion.
Tinoda kuramba tichivatenda Jesu Kristu wedenga waingi nasinasame Jehovha waNehemiya, Mwari une simba. Nhasi uno muvhuro Monday. It's very unusual of our Rebuilding Lost Hope programs. They normally come every fortnight on a Tuesday. Same time like this, but today it's a Monday. It was designed for a purpose. Nhasi uno Rebuilding Lost Hope vane program yavanayo yakanangana ne-the girl child, mwanasikana wanhasi tinoti ndivo amai vamangwana. Saka sekereke muono wekereke pamwanasikana, muono wekereke pana mai voruwadzano zvakambomira sei? Tingakudza sei mwanasikana kuti asvike pakuita amai vamangwana vanogona kuziva Jehovha Mwari wavo nokurumbidza Mwari wavo nokubata upenyu hwavo sezvavanotenderwa naJehovha Mwari. Saka mukuongorora nyaya iyoyi, mukubata topic yanhasi iyoyi, tina guest speaker vandinavo muno. Guest speaker vandinavo muno vanoitwa ivo Bishop Shava. Bishop Shava tinovati is Bishop Emeritus of the Lutheran Church. Bishop Shava ndi bishop vari kufamba nemunhu waMwari mazuva ano. Zvinogona kunge zvakasvikawo kwamuri sekereke kuziva kuti makereke ose muno muZimbabwe tava kubata sechinhu chimwe chete. Makereke ose akutaura nenzwi rimwe chete munyika ino yeZimbabwe. Asi izvozvo kuti zviitike pakava nokufamba kworwendo rwakafambiwa naBishop Shava vandinawo pano nemunhu waMwari Bishop Nehemiah Mutendi, vachibatsirana kudhonza kuti zviitike. Saka nhasi uno Bishop Shava vandinawo pano vakokwa nemunhu waMwari kuti vazombogovana nesu maererano netopic yatinayo zuva ranhasi. But ndoda kuti nditi taurei zvishoma pamusoro paBishop Emeritus Shava. Like I'm saying, he's the Emeritus of the Lutheran Church. He is the past president of the Zimbabwe Council of Churches, unova mubatanidzwa wemakereke zvakare wavanga vari president kwenguva yakati rebei. He is the former presiding bishop of the Evangelical Lutheran Church. That is, he was the head of bishops of the Lutheran Church. He is the former bishop of the Central Diocese of the Lutheran Church in Zimbabwe. He is the former dean of the Lutheran Church in Zimbabwe. Also, the former pastor and evangelist of the Lutheran Church in Zimbabwe. He is a former director of the non-formal education program of the Lutheran Church in Zimbabwe. He is also a former coordinator, like we also have coordinators. He is a former coordinator of the microfinance of the Lutheran Development Services. He served for 42 years in different capacities in the Lutheran Church. He has been exposed to all the 5 continents of the world, not only Africa, but all the 5 continents of the world. He has been exposed to all of them. He attended a 4-year theological training course with the United Theological College in Harare, as well as a 3-year training as an evangelist. He did a 10-week church administration course in Nairobi, Kenya. He has training in mediation with the Africa Peace Institute. He is now serving as a board member of the Ecumenical Church Leaders Forum, which is a peace-building institute. He is a member of the advisory board of the Zimbabwe Council of Churches. Currently playing together with His Grace, Bishop Dr. Nehemiah Mutendi, as mediators of the unity of the church in Zimbabwe, and this is what they have achieved. The unity of the church in Zimbabwe has been achieved. And today he is here to share with us, to discuss the topic on the girl child, eradicating, fostering the eradication of poverty. So, kwatiri kunze uku, ngatigamuchirei Bishop Shava. Bishop Shava havana kufamba vega, vauya namai vavaperekedza, munozviziva chero isu sekereke tinokurudzira chose kuti pamunofamba fambai nevenyu ivo vauyawo namai. Saka mai Bishop Shava vauya pano, ndinavo muno mustudio. Muno mustudio zvakare ndina chairlady vedu mai Mutendi, vachatipa presentation yavo on the same topic iyoyo, ndinavo pano. And then of course the trustee, one of the trustees, Diana Mutendi, is also with us. Saka panguva ino inini handichapedzi nguva, ndaakukumbira Bishop Shava kuti Bishop Shava vachitora topic yanhasi vaende mberi. Bishop Shava tinogamuchirai kuZion Christian Church pano paMpunko. Program yedu yatinayo nhasi iprogram ye-Rebuilding Lost Hope, and I hand over the program to you. Over to you, Bishop.
Thank you very much, Vamfandaita, and also thank you very much for inviting me to be part of this program today. One thing that Vamfandaita skipped is that I also worked as a youth director for 4 years.
Amen.
And it was the most exciting period of my life to work with the younger generation. What I'm going to present today, it's an abstract delivery which may require to be unpacked in due course. Abstract due to the time available with us. But before I start, I would like to greet you all in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. And I'm going to give an overview of what I think about the girl child fostering the eradication of poverty, and just touch a little bit on the girl child financial literacy and also financial freedom, call it financial discipline. And also I'll give a piece of advice to parents as regards the positive parenting of our children today. As I said, it's going to be an overview. Let me start by asking, or let us start by asking who the girl child is. In order for us to understand the potential of the girl child in society and also her state in the position of creation, we need to note that every woman starts and grows into adulthood through the process of a girl child. We also uphold that there would be no human being if there were not girl children in the world. As you know that we all come out of our mothers who start by being girl children. The girl child grows into a mother eventually, and we are all born out of mothers. I also want to bring to your attention the fact that a girl child is a human being created in the image of God with the following potentials. She has a potential to be creative. She is being of responsible and steward nature. She is also a being of reproductive nature. She is one created with the freedom to choose. She is also created as a decision maker and also created as a human being with communal nature, so as to be able to meaningfully and sustainably and substantially contribute to human securities, including those of economic and social nature. For that reason, the girl child, given the conducive environment, should be able to contribute meaningfully to all spheres of human life. Let us take a clue from the beginning when God created the human being. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 and 27, and also Genesis chapter 1, verse 3. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 and 27, it is written, "Let us make human beings in our own image, according to our own likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the wild animals of the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth." So God created the humankind, the human being, in his image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. In Genesis chapter 5, he also writes to say, this is the list of the descendants of Adam. When God created humankind, he made them in the likeness of God. Male and female, he created them. And he blessed them and named them human beings when he created them. On the very day that he created them, he called them human beings, both male and female. In the girl child is created, if the girl child is created in the image of God, equal to the boy child, there is no reason for us to believe that the boy child should lead the girl child without the girl child having the same privilege to lead in the transformation of the economy aspect or any other aspect of life. Yeah, I mean to say that both the boy child and the girl child are created with the ability to take lead. It should be known and understood that roles and responsibilities shared between the male and female beings have been determined and ascribed or even prescribed by human beings and have not been prescribed by God in the beginning. They are therefore subject to review and change. At the beginning of creation, before sin came, God instructed that male and female beings shall complement each other in everything they do without separating roles and responsibilities. The competition of who should lead in one sector or another should therefore be left to the intellectual and physical abilities, not on the basis of sex differences. It is therefore logical to argue that the girl child can take the lead in the endeavor to eradicate poverty. In fact, in Zimbabwe, the backbone of our economy is in the informal sector, whereby statistics, women are taking the lead to stabilize the economy and fighting poverty. This is also evident that the women are venturing into other sectors which traditionally were described to be for men, e.g. mining and commercial farming. It is for that reason that the girl child at the right age should be allocated land as equal to the land allocated to a male counterpart. Fortunately for us, our land laws in Zimbabwe give that right to both male and female counterparts. It is not only for us in Zimbabwe, but for many other nations which subscribe to gender justice. In short, we say that the boy and the girl children should have equal rights and opportunities to fight poverty through engaging in poverty eradication activities like farming, mining, industry, commerce, and all forms of entrepreneurship. Let me just a little bit give some tips as regards the girl child in the journey of financial freedom or financial discipline. When the girl child is engaged in income generation activities, the result is that she will have money in cash and other non-monetary assets. Let me say that Africa is not considered poor because it has no resources. In fact, Africa has more natural resources than many other continents. Therefore, why should Africa be considered poor or should be considered developing countries? Why is our debt? Is it in the form of natural resources, raw materials, or is it related to money, the cash that is required? It is mostly the absence of cash that makes Africa poor. One can continue to ask, why don't we have cash? The answer is simple. We lack financial discipline. When one gets money, he or she forgets that there is tomorrow. The money is consumed to finish. Now, in instilling financial discipline in the girl child, we are investing grossly for families' financial securities. More knowledge and skills need to be imparted into the children so that we guarantee future nations with stable economies. The boy and the girl child, or children rather, should have a culture of saving money than to have a culture of spending money. As the prophet would say, one who gathers money little by little will make it grow. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 11. Some tips on the parents as regards how to raise our children today. At the early age, from age 1 to the age 7 years, early childhood, children learn from their parents and guardians. What we teach our children is what they believe. The issue of masculinity and also feminism is inherent and is inherited by children. It is very important then that parents and guardians are up to date with the following. They need to be up to date with the national laws and statutes which refer to gender justice and child girl child issues. They also need to be aware of international pressure and protocols signed by our leaders. For example, the SADC Protocol, United Nations, African Union, and also church teachings, so that they teach their children about relevant information about their status in society today. Let me say to parents, because of technological advancement, our children are more exposed and they know something more than we do about their rights. It is high time that we reason together with our children on matters concerning their life today. It's no longer the day where we simply instruct our children. There are days when we should engage, our children. Finally, parents should be aware that roles and responsibility influenced by culture, traditions, religious beliefs, and selected biblical readings in a toxic way should be transformed to bring back the spirit of complementarity, mutual respect, mutual sharing, mutual love, and mutual recognition, so as to provide equal opportunities to our children, male and female together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bishop Shava. Tinoda kutenda zvikuru Bishop nedzidziso yamatipa uye neyeuchidzo yamanga muchitipa kuti mwanasikana hapana chinokutadzisa kuti usimukire. Mwari masikire akaita mwanasikana haana kumusika achimupa disadvantage. Mwari wakasika mwanasikana nomufananidzo wake samasikire akaita mwanakomana nomufananidzo wake. Saka hapana chingagona kukukanganisa semwanasikana. Zvose unazvo. Nyaya inongovapo ndeyokuti sumuka mwanasikana, uite zvinoita kuti izvo kana ukazviita urarame. Take the challenge. Hapana chingaita kuti Africa secontinent itambudzike. Iyo ine so much resources in abundance. Bishop parotaura zveinformal sector muZimbabwe kuti ikoko kuinformal sector ikoko kwakatowanda vanhukadzi kana vanasikana. Vanasikana takuvaonawo hamapilots muZimbabwe, takuvaona vakuwanikwa kumining kuri kutaurwa naBishop. Zvese izvi zviri patiri uye hakuna chinotikonesa kuti tisvike patinoda. But nyaya inongoti kana uchida uchiteerera uchadya zvakanaka zvenyika. Bhuku raIsaya rinodaro, Isaya 1:19. Kana uchida uchiteerera uchadya zvakanaka zvenyika. Saka unoda here mwanasikana? Unoteerera here mwanasikana? Kana uchingoda uchiteerera, chinhu chatinoti poverty ichi chinogona kungova mumusoro, asi in actual fact the poverty is not there. because we've got everything that we can use for us to do away or to avoid poverty. But poverty mentality kana ikakubata unoti evo ina handingazvikwanisi zvine zvavakomana izvi, ina handingazvikwanisa handisi murume kaini. Aiwa, hakuna zvakadaro, hakuna kana zvakadaro. Every field muno munyika yaane vanasikana vari kutoita zvinhu zvinotofadza uye zvinhu zvakakura. Saka panguva ino ndinoda kuti ndidedze chairlady vedu amai mutendi kuti vatipe presentation yavo on the same topic, vachitarisa pamusoro pemwanasikana paZion. Kuti mwanasikana weZion wakanzi pururudza kwazvo mukunda weZion, nokuti tarisa mambo wako unouya kwauri ari munyoro akatasva mbongoro. Zakaria 9:9. Saka mukunda weZion ndouya kwamuri chairlady amai mutendi. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Famba Zion.
Join Zion.
Tiripa join Zion.
Famba Zion.
Neniwo ndinoda kutenda mukana uno wamandipa kuti nditaurewo pamusoro the girl child. Inini ndichange ndichitarisa matanho ari kutogwa nekereke yedu mukusimudzira mwanasikana, mukusimudzira munhu wechidzimai. Vanasikana vedu sezvatadzidziswa naBishop Shava kuti hakuna vanhu vanovapo kana pasina madzimai. Mwanasikana akakosha, ndiko kwatinotangira. Ndivo vachazova futi bazi remadzimai ratinoti reruwadzana. Mukereke medu sezvatanga tichiudziwa, Bishop Shava vataura about teaching children. Mukereke yedu mwana unodzidzisiwa. Hanzi naBishop Shava ndafarira imwe point yavo yavataura yavati iyo the issue ye role giving yokupa maroles kuti izvi zvinoitwa nevakomana, izvi zvinoitwa nevasikana. Hanzi it was not made by God, but it was created by men. Men actually created role giving. Saka hanzi munhu nemunhu ane potential yake. Tinofanirwa kutarisa potential yemunhu, ndiyo yatinoita nature, ndiyo yatinokudza. Muno mukereke mune bazi revanasikana vanonzi zvidhokas vari pana mabasa 9 verse 36. Pane umwe munyori escholar akati Dorcas is an abbreviation inomirira kuti Daughter of Righteousness, Covenant and Service. Paservice apo ndo pakatorera kereke yedu yeZion. Vasikana vanonzi zvidhokas, vasikana vanobata basa semabatiro aiita Dorcas achibata ari pana Jesu Kristu. Vanopa an assistance, vanopa rubatsiro. Vasikana ava, they are allowed. Ndofunga ndikambotangira pamwe pokuti maybe back then or totally traditionally there was a perception yokuti maybe the girl child is not allowed to take up mamwe maduties mukati mekereke. Asi tinoona sedzidziso yataona kuna Bishop Shava kuti mukereke medu handizvo zviri kuitika. Panotariswa potential yemunhu opiwa maduties, chero maduties atinofungira isu mupfungwa dzedu kuti ndeyechirume. I can give an example ye-Bible reading. We had a perception back then yokuti duty re-Bible reading rinongoitwa chete nevarume. But as it stands, tine musikana anoverenga bhaibheri during church services. That is opening up, giving way to the girl child to perform more duties in the church, to take part mukereke. Hanzi naBishop Shava, potential yemunhu ndiyo inotarisiwa. Ndiri pamaexamples ipapo, chero kuvafundisi chaiko, takamboita vamwe vainzi fundisi tendai vekuchiredzo uko, vakabata basa raMwari ari musikana, asi nokuda kwokuti anga ane potential hazvina kumumisa. Kereke haina, semafungira atinoita, kereke inopa chance to the girl child. Akabata basa raMwari ari mufundisi, ari musikana. Currently kuGerman tine mufundisi mwana musikana, a girl child, anonzi mufundisi Clara. All this is opening up to help foster my abilities at the girl child. Zvose izvi zvinhu zviri kuitiwa nekereke. Tine bazi redu retreasury. If it's not 100%, but it's probably over a 90% of matreasurer edu. Treasurer ndiye munhu anobata mari. Mari tinoziva kuti ndiyo yakakosha, ndiyo inovaka kuti tivake vanhu vaMwari. Zvose zvibatwa zvatinoita zviya zvinoitiwa nemari. Bazi iroro kereke inoritendera, inoritrasta, inoriisa mumaoko emadzimai, mumaoko the girl child. Nokuti ndivo vari easy, vanovimbika, vanova vanodzidzisiwa, vachikurumidza kubata, vachidzidzisika. Tose tinoziva vanhu vaMwari how delicate the issue of money is. Asi kereke inopa vimbo, inopa vimbo kumadzimai kuti ava ndivo vanovimbika. Izvozvo zvichireva kuti kereke inovakwa through madzimai. Nokuti mari iya yatavimba, kureva kuti kuzosvika tivimbe pamadzimai, vakatooneka kuti vakavimbika. Kereke ndokusvika pastage iyoyo yokuita involve vanhu vechidzimai up to the level yekubata, yekuva vana Saomo. Tine mamwe maduties atinowana mukereke akaita sokubaya majekiseni. Kukereke kwedu vanhu vanozodziwa, vanoporesa. Madzimaiwo arimowo anopiwawo maoko atinoti kumaregion edu ari 34. Tine atinoti machief auditor, vanoaudita mabhuku efinance. Vazhinji vacho vanotori vasikana, vanotomirira basa iroro. Kereke iri kuisa mwana wechisikana almost mumabazi ese. Hatikangamwi hedu kuti kereke yedu ine murayiro. Kune pamwewo semirayiro pokuti mudzimai haazosviki. But pese pekuti mudzimai anokwanisa kunoshanda, kereke iri kuisa madzimai. At the same time, vasikana vose ava vandiri kutaura, vachanoita matreasurer, vachanoita maauditor, vazhinji vavo vakatoinda through education, vamwe vakatosvika kutertiary level, especially vanozoaudita mafinancial records. Kereke yedu inodzidzisa vana kubva kuprimary level yoindisa kusecondary up to tertiary level. That is how serious they are about the girl child. Nekuti tikatadza kudzidzisa, taidzidzisiwa musi unoyu noMuranda waMwari vachiti Only vakadzi can claim vanhu. Tisu tinoti mwana wangu, tisu tinoti murume wangu, tisu tine vanhu. Saka zvakakosha kuti mwana wechisikana adzidzisiwe. Zvakakosha kuti mwana wechisikana kana kuti mudzimai ave anodzidzisiwa. Haasi ega mwana unonotsvunha kuchikoro ari kuindisiwa kuchikoro nekereke. Tinotoriwo nevasikana vanoindisiwa kunoita driving. Shungu dzekereke dziri pakuti umwe nemumwe awane raramo, umwe neumwe awane chouviri. Tinodzidzisiwa through mascriptures, kushanda chaiko chaiko, pfumvudza. Tinodzidzisiwa pana Proverbs 31 kubva munhu ari musikana. Kana vari sevasikana vanotodzidzisiwa kuti mangwana uchamuka uri mai. Vanototanga kutodzidzisiwa every Saturday. Vachadzidzisiwa kubva pakunamata, vachadzidzisiwa kubva pakubata, vachadzidzisiwa kubva pakuita maprojects. Tine maprograms futi anoitiwa ekubetsera vana kuavoida zvinhu zvakaita semasuicide. Kereke plays a very important role muzvinhu zvakadaro. Tadzidzisiwa futi naBishop Shava vataura pamusoro pedecision making. Decision making yakakosha. Isu mukereke medu vechidzimai vane bazi, tine bazi redu reruwadzano riri international all over, rinoraniwa nemadzimai. Vanoita decision making. Women are free to make decisions, and because of that they've made a lot of strides. Madzimai mamwe asumudza mawellness center, kutovaka chaiko, kutosumudza vachisumudza zvinhu vachivaka. I remember 2010, before 2010 kuchitanga kuvakwa, Bishop vakadana madzimai vakati ndakudanai nokuti tinoda kuvaka imba yaMwari. Ende imba yaMwari hatiivaki kana pasina madzimai. Ndosaka ndakudanai kuti ndikuudzei kuti taakuda kuvaka, taakusunga dzisimbe. Saka tiri muno mukati mekereke yedu yeZion, kereke yedu ine hanya. Even kuzvikoro mukasvika, the church, the responsible authority is very much careful nemararamiro nemagariro anoita the girl child. They've also made sure that the schools vanoita associate nemaorganization akaita sana girl guides anogaidha nokuticha vana. Saka ndo zvimwe zvezvinhu zvinowanikwa mukati mekereke yedu. Kereke yedu inopa mukana, iri kutipa mukana for the girl child. Hanzi the girl child ndadzidzisiwa naso zvikanzi the girl child is not only the girl, even the woman is also the girl child. Saka tinotenda nezvatiri kuwana nemikana yatiri kuwana. Iye zvino kereke yedu inoinda zvanga chitaura Bishop Shava pamusoro peland. Kereke iri kutotsvaka kuti yobetsera sei madzimai. As much as we are taught to work, tinozoda pekuti tishandire. Saka mastrides ose ari kuitwa with the girl child and the woman in mind. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Tinotenda chairled ne kupepeta nekutipakurira zviri maererano nemwanasikana pakereke yeZion Christian Church, mabasa ari kuitwa uye recognition iri kuitiwa nekereke kuzama kusimudza mwanasikana. Mukasvika pano pambungo padhamu riya ramunoziva dhamu riya, tina vasikana macarpenters anorova shattering pabuilding zvekuti unongotarisa kuti yezvo zvakabva nepiko izvi. Masteel fixers, vasikana vanosunga simbi dzinopinda mumidhuri yose iyi, vari kuzvikwanisa. Zviri kuitika pambungo. zviri kuitika pakereke pano. Tine vakawanda vakatobuda through that skills training program, all in the efforts of fostering the eradication of poverty. Munhu waMwari vari kukurudzira unyanzvi hwemaoko, maskills, zvaunobata nemaoko ako, entrepreneurship. Vanasikana musasare kumashure, wana chaunoita, take it as a challenge and life will be justified. Mwari wako uinaye, hapana chinokona. Bishop Shah vanoti naMwari zvinoita. Tinovanzwa vachidaro nguva zhinji vachiti naMwari zvinoita. Saka Parental program yedu yakabatwa nemamoderators edu vana Melody Kamurendo na Trishel Mutambudzi. I am giving over to you to take us through the rest of the program. Over to you, Melody Kamurendo and Trishel Mutambudzi.
Thank you, Chairman. Relebuka. Kilebuka mdimu wangi na sameli Dr. Nehemia. Mdimu rateletseng kurire program yebuto kwaye. Rilibela wana wa musitanyana. We are broadcasting live from Botswana and my name is Melody Kamurendo. With me on the other side of the studio, I have my Dikoni Mai Janaka. Mai Janaka, you can come over and introduce yourself.
Koto, Kialebuka. Thank you so much for the warm welcome on this special broadcast on Rebuilding Lost Hope. I'm Mai Janaka, in broadcasting from the Botswana South studio in a small village called Kanye. Danki.
Thank you so much. Remember, this program is coming to you courtesy of Rebuilding Lost Hope team. It's no tender. Today we are looking at the topic, the girl child, fostering the eradication of poverty. To get more, we are getting to our first category, where we are having the child's journey to financial literacy and financial freedom. We are getting more from Messi Mumba as she gives us the entrepreneurship talk. Hand over to you, Messi Mumba.
Thank you very much, Rugare Koto Fambasion. I'd like to thank the Lord of our three elders, the Lord of Samuel, Agnes, and Bishop Dr. Nehemiah, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be a part of this important show today, the girl child fostering poverty eradication in our societies. Before I go into what I have prepared today, I'd just like to go over a few important words that we're supposed to be paying attention to today. Financial independence, a state of being that you don't have to work for your basic living. So you can, at that point when you're financially independent, you make your own financial decision. You are able to choose whether to work or not to work. You work only because you want to, not because you need to. Financial literacy is the ability to effectively use financial skills such as personal financial management, budgeting, and investment, and also entrepreneurship from an entrepreneur with a person who takes a risk of starting a business. So these three words, I'm going to take you into a story of a woman who has changed my life. And this woman happens to be my mother. So my mother is a woman that I can relate to very much. And I can say she's a Proverbs 31 woman. My mom worked for someone for as long as I knew her, and she wasn't able to move from the place that she was. She was at a stage where her salary, her paycheck determined what she was able to do and what she wasn't able to do. When the time came for her to make a decision to start her own business, everything started to change. She was able to buy her first plot of land and build her first little house, and also change our lives. And she sent us, her daughters, to the best schools in the country, all because she was able to make those financial decisions on her own. And up to now, she has grown her business to become an employer, offering jobs to young women in her community. So that's a woman who inspires me, and I want to be like her as well. So that's a whole example for me, someone who I can closely relate to, someone who's built her life from scratch from as early as I have known her from the time I was a little girl until now. I continue to map my mom. I continue to look back at her life and at her decisions for reference. Now, you might be a girl, you might be a young lady, you might be a woman who's saying, I haven't been educated, I haven't acquired tertiary education, so what can I venture in? Women were given the opportunity, we have been given the blessing, the privilege of using our own talents to make them into income-generating opportunities, talents such as cooking, and then you can start your own catering business, and so many more. So don't look down on yourself. You have the potential. You have what it takes to be a financially independent woman. Amen.
It's not tender. It's not tender. We thank you so much, Miss, with an awesome educative presentation. So zvitenda zvikuru. Tinogara tichidzidziswa nemuranda waMwari, Bishop Dr. Nehemiah Mutendi, kuti ngatitei mhindu. Tiri kuzvinzwa nhasi kuti our guest speaker Bishop Shava vauya zvikanzi, we have a culture of saving than spending. Tikanzwa futi Mutendi vachitsinhira ipapo zvikanzi, mwanasikana anofanira kuti zvigare muropa make kugara achidzidzira kushanda. Saka tinoda kuzvitenda izvozvo. Don't forget to go to our Facebook page and YouTube page. Muchinopa ma-comments enyu nemibvunzo yenyu ikoko, as well as our Facebook page for Rebuilding Lost Hope team page. Kunesa ma-likes nema-lives. Tichiri ipapo tadziswa zvakare naguest speaker Bishop Shava zvikanzi, iko zvine zvakusisira zvinonzi izvi zvinhu ndezvemwanakomana. Chero mwana musikana ave nazvo zvinhu, ave nemukana wekuita sezvinokuita mwana mukomana. Saka iko zvinezvi toda kutarisa about education. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. So as we go on, we'd like to have the importance of education for the girl child. Chipiwana Dr. Muliswa in Botswana. And over to you, Dr. Muliswa.
I wish to thank the Lord of Engina, Samuel and Nehemiah for affording me this opportunity to participate in the program Rebuilding the Lost Hope. I'm going to focus on the girl child education. It has been common practice traditionally that the girl child was deprived of education, and parents were preferring to send boys to school. Among other reasons, it was due to poverty. Parents had many kids. Most of our families, we were born into families of 8, 9, or 10 kids. So parents had a dilemma to think about which kids to send to school and which ones to withdraw from school. Unfortunately, the girl child was chosen to be withdrawn from school, and the boy was allowed to proceed with education. Parents mainly did this because they thought they were grooming the boy to be a father in future, a father who is going to provide everything for the family, and the girl child was groomed to be a housewife, to be a mother confined to the home, looking after the kids, doing the house chores. What did we bring out of this practice? What kind of society did we have out of this practice? We ended up having a society where the girl child became a subject of the husband. Most of our girl children got married early at a tender age because they didn't have much to do other than getting married. The world we are living in has changed. The societies have changed. Gone are those days where the girl child was supposed to be confined in the home. Gone are those days where the boy child was the sole breadwinner. We are now calling upon parents to send their kids, their girl children, to school. When the girl child is educated, is a professional, the girl child will not rush into marriage. When the girl child is educated and is married, he has got the power to quit a marriage if it's abusive. Therefore, we are saying we are so grateful to the Bishop Dr. Nehemiah Mutendi for the primary, secondary, and vocational training institutions that have been established in Zimbabwe and across the borders. We are now calling upon parents to send the girl child to school. You educate a girl child, you have educated the nation. You educate a boy child, you have educated an individual. We want to reduce poverty. How do we reduce poverty? By educating the nation, ensuring that the nation is able to feed itself. The nation is the girl child. I thank you.
Dr. Muliswa, for the educative information about the Kupamana Scanadizo. Information and communications technology is a viable venture for the girl child. Let's hear Tinomuda Ishe Mugaga from Zambia is to give us more on that one. Hand over to you, Tinomuda.
Fambazion, Chipajoinizion, I would like to thank the God of the three elders, the God of Agnes, Samuel, and Bishop Dr. Nehemiah. I'm here to encourage the girl child to venture into ICT for both personal development and as a survival skill. So ICT is an abbreviation that stands for Information and Communication Technology. It can simply be defined as anything that allows us to get information or communicate with each other using digital or electronic devices such as the television and smartphone. So you're probably wondering why ICT is of key interest to me. You're probably wondering why I've brought this topic up today. This is because I've noticed that girls are reluctant when it comes to pursuing a career in ICT. According to statistics, there are about 10 to 30 female students in the ICT field. This is really sad, waMwari. There are some social, cultural, and religious factors that have led a woman or a girl child to be reluctant when it comes to pursuing a career in ICT. So one of the factors is that we are perceived as inferior to the male. So usually our duties are that of child rearing and housekeeping. We also dominate occupations that have to do with care, such as nursing. This is really sad because there's so many amazing ICT careers, but we aren't aware of them and we are looked down upon just because we're girls. So ICT has a number of advantages. One of the advantages is communication. Communication is easier and quicker. Distance is no longer a barrier. There's been globalization because of ICT. You can now communicate with someone who's more than 100 kilometers from where you are being. We've seen this as a great benefit in the church because you can now attend live stream services online. We can see Vashi online, waMwari. We can also now send reports from our different countries to Jerusalem through ICT. Also had a huge impact in the education sector. You don't have to be physically seated in a class for you to learn. You can have classes online. Back in the day, our parents and grandparents had to go to libraries, flip pages while looking for some content. Maybe it was for school stuff or just for fun. But now we are able to use online libraries. And another benefit of ICT is it has helped us learn new skills. You can now learn different languages online. If you want to cook a meal, let's say you want to cook beef stew, you don't have to walk from where you are to like 100 kilometers to ask your grandma how to cook the meal. All you do is just search for it online and it goes, and then you have a nice meal. So ICT has also had some negative impacts in our world. So it has brought about catfishing. Catfishing is where one fakes their identity and creates an account online where they're going to use it to entice people into relationships. Usually, this is done by pedophiles. A pedophile is an adult who is attracted to young children. So, this pedophile will maybe pretend that they are a teenager so that they can entice you into getting into a relationship with them. So, to prevent these girls, we should not get into online relationships with people that we don't know, people we've never met.
Thank you so much. Jakaribona kumpeno, rikona program ya Rona. It's all over the world learning about the girl child. That's what Tinomudaishe was teaching us. Rebuilding Lost to Hope will be fighting against depression, high stress levels, and negative behavior amongst teens. Personal experience in surviving high schools. So we are getting more from Halita Biwi, Amanda Halita Biwi in Botswana. Hand over to you, Amanda Halita Biwi.
Pambazion, Tripagenation, no utenda mwari elders matatu, mwari wengine sinasamere Jehova wanemia, mwari wanisimarose, mwari vari kutichengeta munguva yakaoma ye-COVID-19. Today I would like to talk about the challenges a girl child faces in high school achida kuchengetedza chizion. My first point will be bullying. Nowadays, we live in an era where anything or anyone who is considered different or unique is immediately criticized and discriminated. Not everyone goes to church. Therefore, a young girl who is a firm believer can become an easy target only because she does things differently in terms of behavior, in the way she dresses, and also her opinions differ from those of non-believers. Point number 2, peer pressure. Peer pressure is simply the influence we get from our age mates. As teenagers, we are at a critical stage where we are exposed to a lot of things that we may want to experiment. Some of these include drugs and alcohol, sexual activities, and the desire to fit into social standards. Talking about sexual activities, as teenagers, we go through changes in our bodies. In other terms, we metamorphose into adults. These changes include increased hormonal changes, which may lead to sexual intercourse. Now, as Christians, we are taught to tame ourselves, but when we hear our peers talking about the pleasures, we may get tempted. Thank you. That's all I have for you.
Thank you so much. Let's not forget to go and comment on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page. Sakangano Zakari Kuenda, page Rebuilding Lost Hope. Pama likes Nema Love Ipapo, Putitigare Chingo Tetenyuruan, Chirongwa Zakasiana Siana. Remember, we are in the month of October, the month of breast cancer awareness. Just to remind, I would like to give any lady and girl kuti ramba uchingoti kana ukanzwa zvisiri kuita zvakanaka muviri mako, visit a clinic or a hospital, and I would like to believe that it's free of charge all over the world. So ukangonzwa zvisingakutore zvakanaka, go quickly and get checked nekukurumidza kuti haungadaro here waita breast cancer. Saka ndozvatinoda kuramba tichikurudzirana iko zvino tienda kune the other studio yedu ina mai vedu maindikoni zvanaka. Maindikoni zvanaka, hand over to you.
Thank you. Teacher Kamrendo from the other studio in Gaborone. I think I would like to believe everybody is enjoying and we are all learning from this very educational and beneficial program. We are learning a lot as parents, we are learning a lot as young ladies as well. So without taking much of our time, I'm going to introduce my minister in charge, Mai Chikumbo, with a teaching, Fambirana presentability with our dressing It's about presentability in the church or in the workplace. It's all about how we dress as Zionist ladies or young Zionist mothers and young ladies. Over to you, my minister in charge, Chikumbo.
Famba Zion, pajoini Zion. Ndinomtenda wadenga wengi nasi. Jehovah wasamira na Nehemia. Famba Zion. Tiri kutaura pamusoro pemwanasikana. Mwanasikana mapfekero ake kana achienda kubasa. Kuenda kubasa hakutauri kuti munhu zvibise huno. Kuenda kubasa kunongoda kupfeka zvine zvakatsiga. Kana kuri kubasa kune maunifomu samanesi, ndizvozvo. Kana samapurisa, ndizvozvo. Kana kuri kuchikoro kumaticha, kunongopfeka zvakatsiga. Kushanda hakubisi hunhu. Pfeka zvino hunhu. Vasikana iko zvino munoona sekuti kupfeka chimini chekuti ndikakuti kotama undinongere chinjadonha pasi apo, zviro kwazvo unosara wakashama. Saka tichiti pfekei zvakanaka zvekuti munhu unoyemura kuti mapfekero emusikana uyu anondidakadza. Pakamboita imwe story, mai ivavo vazvitaura vega. Saka musikana unobva aenda kwadokta, asi anga akapfeka chibheji, anga akapfeka chimaski, mamaski edu akanyorwa ZCC, but mapfekero ake anga akaita anga akasiyana nemaski. Chiremba ndokuramba akamutarisa. Iyozvo zvake masikati chiremba vomhoresana. Chiremba oti ko maski maitora kupi? Uya musikana unoti ndeye kuchechi kwedu. Zvikanzi kuchechi kwenyu? Zvikanzi zvikanzi kupi? Zvikanzi kuZioni. Zvikanzi kuZioni iyemi. Saka musikana akaona chiremba vari kukahadzika, ndobva avhura foni yake akapfeka unifomu yamashowani vari kutotamba. Zvikanzi chandabvunzira kudari nekuti Zioni ine tsika, haina mapfekero awakaitai. Zviri nani kana waona kuti unoda kupfeka mapfekero aya, bvisa zvako zvinhu zvakanzi ZCC. Fungai kuti kuudzwa nachiremba havasi muZioni, asi vakaona kuti Zioni itsika vakamutsiura. Saka tiri tsamba vasikana, pamunofamba pose muri tsamba inoverengwa kuti vasikana veZioni vakamira sei. Tati muchenero wese unochena asi zvimini. Kuno uku kuisa nzwara uku, kuno uku kuisa tsiye dzekuwedzera kuya, takungokopa zviri kunyika tichizoya nazvo kuchechi. Izvo hatifanirwi kukopa vasikana, ngatingoita tsika. Tinowanikwa tiri patsika. Esteri achawanika kuti azonoita vahosi pana mambo, akatodirwa kupfeka kwakanaka kuri decent. Kana tave kuenda kuchechi munokuziva kuti tinotamba, ukapfeka icho chimini nekutamba uchida kuzorova sunga, hazvichapindirani. Nyatsa kutopfeka manje hembe yako yakatodarika mabvi ekuti kana ndonotamba ndinenge ndakasununguka. Unifomu yedu inodadisa, unoyemurika chaizvo. Sketi yako yegreen, blouse rako white, long sleeves, dhuku regreen, masocks eblack, shoe yako yeblack. Vamwe vanopfeka munhongoro, vamwe vanopfeka chero sezvaunoda, asi unorakidzika wakachena uri muZioni. Rugare vanhu vaMwari.
thank you, my minister in charge. Oh, what a powerful teaching we got there from our mother. And it all goes back to dress the way you would want to be addressed, like what His Grace Bishop Nehemiah Mtendi always teaches us. Without taking much of your time, I'm taking you through to our Esther style slideshow. Let's view this, and we're going to enjoy how we're going to see girls showcasing their dress codes. Thank you. Thank you. I think we were enjoying the slideshow, Esther style, showcasing our dress codes as young youths. We saw the Sunday school, we saw the kindergartens. Thank you so much for that. Let's not remember that this program is being hosted by Rebuilding Lost Hope. This is a very important program, and let's not forget to tag in our friends and like our Facebook page. Continue to put our likes. And I can see in the comment section, I can see my coordinator Shinotimba in the comment section. I can see my Mgashi in South Africa commenting there. I can see my Kaki So Tutume commenting in the comment section. So let's continue to do that. Without wasting much time, I'm going to take you through to the second category with the word to the girl child, parents and the guardians as well. on this show, we are going to get a presentation from Mai Muchina. She's a banker here in Botswana. We also have our daughter, Sibisai. She's a young lady, a youth, based in Botswana, Gaborone. We also have Judith Kiemi in the Botswana Police Service, as well as Tichayez Wachkora, our UB graduate. So let's pay attention and see what they have to offer.
I would like to talk about the protection and care of girls, children by women. We should know as Zionists that God has founded Zion, and those who live by its rules and laws, they would find refuge, as according to the scripture of Isaiah 14:32. As women of Zion, we should teach our children how to wear proper as a child of Zion. We should not allow our children to wear shorts, dresses, or miniskirts. They should know that a Zion child should wear long dresses and loose, not tight dresses. They should also be able to differentiate what is allowed. They should not be merely dressed on trousers when it's a time for prayers or time for service. Amen.
Pambazin, Dirba Unizin, Jodam Tinda Moring Nasrasamir and anemia, Baba Vanesimba Rose, Mwari vanotishingeta misinungu wa Rugorano Mwari. Dinama points Mashumando data from Sorping on Scanner Rugorano Mwari. My first point will be child or domestic labor. Due to the inability to care for children, life becomes hard for parents to provide for their children, which will lead to children dropping out of school. Not like boys, girls are then to go out and help provide for the family. They began to work as early as 10 years old in homes as domestic servants, and some wangwanenda kumaricho bashindo shanda mumunda. In the process of finding money to help for the family, they end up looking for fast money. Mukutwaga marima mondoma vano sangana ne all types of negative things, which will lead to unwanted pregnancy, sexual diseases, trafficking, and sexual violence. My second point will be lack of parental guidance. It came to an observation that nowadays high school girls, when they fail their final exams, they don't go back to school, but rather they are left to do whatever they want. Especially those girls in Christian homes. Parents feel that since children are being taught at church, there is no need to teach them at home. And also one feel kuti vanenge vachisikirira marais au vasingazivi kuti ndopanotangira unzenza kana kuti musikanzwa, which then will lead to teenage pregnancy, early marriage, and some will be indulged in sexual activities. Let's keep on teaching our children what is right and what is wrong. There is a saying in Setswana that says, "Lori lo yolo salimiti." Giving your child freedom, it simply doesn't mean that you have to let them do whatever they please, but rather teach them rules that will help mold their behavior.
Thank you for all the presentations, very beneficial to mothers and the young ladies. Without taking much of your time, I'll take you through to the next presentation, positive parent gimmicks that we are going to get from our Sunday schools. Unashe and Mshamisi Janaka. We also have Unica Makore. We also have Mais Yema Yema with some teaching as a grandmother raising granddaughters in the home. Thank you. Over to you.
Ndomandi mboka mwari wemaelda matatu mwari waingenasi naSamuel naNehemia iye wandilakidza kupinda kwechivala nhasi kuti ndive ndiri mupurogiramu iyeye ndevelekani kwevana vedu vechikadzi kuti vana vechikadzi havazofanira mbala zviambalo zvifutsvanana. Vana vechikadzi havazofanira kuedzisa usiku kukadzina kukave zhalima. Vana vechikadzi havazofanira kuzana nevana vechiisana nekuti mazviva ava vana vedu vanokula kavonako nekuti vanojazodyiwa zvifeta nezvinokudza mwana kavonako makole awe achipasi. Ngono mwana haulingane nzvimbo yemesho unoona ungati mwana ntunkulukulu kanti makole mwana ali pasi. Nekwakajalo tilivo meveru vadzano takafanira kuziva kuti vana vedu vanombala chini, panavo tate vedu vanombala chini padzihazvadzi dzedu, panavo vasekulu vavo ningati kunyala nditi vana vedu tivatokomele tivakudzile muchikristi vambale thako dzakadzika ndefu have zvakukereke. Mwana asitongombala thako yakanamatila ena asina jila Zambia linopomba pezhuku. Mwana akafanira kuti ambale Zambia ambale thako ave pomba jila kuti asitongovoneka nyama dzembili dzakakwala muchiambalo.
Fambazio, my name is Unasha Shanaka. I would like to share with you the 4 courtesy words that my grandmother Gogo Shanaka taught me when I was 2 years old. Please, thank you, I'm sorry. Well, you're welcome. Those are the 4 courtesy words. Please, girls, let's try to use them when necessary. Thank you.
Fambazio. Makore Gabroni West Botswana. Inini ndakadzidziswa namama vangu kuti kana ndichipiwa chunhu nemunhu mukuru ndinouchira maoko ndogara pasi ndofuna rusero.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. from our Sunday school, and also a very powerful teaching that we got from Mais Yema Yema. She's based in Francistown, Masunga, Tinotenda, Netidziseidzodzo. We are all learning. This is a very educational program. Without taking much of your time, and let's remember that this program is being hosted by the Rebuilding Lost Hope. I'm going to take you through rounding off our program. What I would just like to urge all mothers out there, let's encourage our daughters to join Rebuilding Lost Hope. It's a very important extracurricular program that we find per ZCC. It also benefits the girls. They won't spend much time looking at things that happen in the world there. It occupies their minds and they learn a lot from each other. Rebuilding Lost Hope is all over the world now. Anyone can be part of it. We learn and we benefit a lot from it. And also, I would like to urge all mothers to continue teaching our daughters within the home to do self-examination as we are in the month of breast cancer awareness, the month of October. So it's a duty of the mother to continue to teach those things to your daughters as they are growing up. Also, diet awareness campaign to all mothers. We are the pillars of the homes. We are always taught in Muranda, waMwari, the fathers are the suppliers and we are the distributors in the home. Saka, when we get food in the house, let's remember to serve healthy diets within the home. It does not mean you go expensive. That it's okay. Kudya wild fruits, mazhanje, matsuvu. There's a lot that we eat here in Botswana. There's the traditional mutoko porridge, upfu amapfunde. Zvakanaka izvozvo kudzidzisa vana vedu from a tender age. It's a taste that they have to get used to from a tender age. So let's watch what we serve to the family kuitira kuti vana vedu vakure vaine utano hwakanaka nemakore avo ekurarama agovedzerwa. Oh, I would like to thank you all for joining our program, a very special broadcast. Tinotenda ZCC Media, tinotenda our special guest that we had on the program, Bishop Shawa from Evangelical Lutheran Church, with powerful teachings that we received from him. I would also like to thank the Rebuilding Lost Hope International Group for supporting this program and managing to put it across to the whole world for everybody to watch. Thank you so much. And on other documents, you are going to find them on our ZCC Media platforms. There'll be like the slideshows if you want to go through the documents. I would like to hand you back over to our moderator, our main moderator, Teacher Kamurendo. Thank you.
Thank you so much, R.L.H. On behalf of Botswana region, I would like to thank Rebuild Lost Hope team for allowing us to broadcast live from Botswana. Kinako yakubona kuri indeed Tabayazio nisetikuledwe. We've been singing Tabayazio nitate. Itokuledi wakuti mugadi tabama kujana tabatas. But because those are kuzona kuti zeshua gomorato vepa soro. Thank you. Stay tuned. Don't forget to tune into our programs every 2 weeks. Can always for the Chetene Rebuilding Lost Hope team. By my Twitter, tune in to go. Kampirana pamwe chitene ma programs no kudzidza. Tinotenda. Hand over to you, Situation Room.
Thank you, Teacher Kamurendo. Mutitumiro mawedzi egomore Zion ayo. Toda kuimba ne language iyo yamaimba nayo iyoyo. Toda kutenda zvikuru Botswana team neku-hosta program ye Rebuilding Lost Hope pazuva nhasi uno. Inini handichapedzi nguva. Tinoda kuti ndikumbire Bishop Shava Emeritus kuti vatipe ma-closing remarks program yanhasi. Over to you, Bishop Shava.
Thank you very much, Baba Mpandaiza. Thank you, everybody, for accepting us to this program today. Ever since I came to know Bishop Mutendi, we have been traveling together, and through this journey, I have learned quite a lot, and I have seen that the Zion Christian Church is quite advanced in many things, so much that it's actually a place for other churches to learn. And I am amazed by this program in itself, where we can see the women freely expressing themselves with the freedom of speech. This is transformation, and we thank God that there is this enlightenment within the Zion Christian Church. I want to end up just by saying that let it be known to all nations and all people that a girl child is equal to a boy child, and that in creation, the female being and the male being were created equally before God, and with the image of God they were created, both of them, for mutual relationships and mutual sharing of life and complementary efforts in everything they have to do. So it should be known that without the girl child, there are no nations. And yet at the same time, without the boy child, there are also no nations. As Paul would say, the men come from women, and the women come from men. And for that reason, it should tell us that we are equally important before God and before ourselves, and that we should work together without discriminating each other in anything that we do. For God so loved us that we may live together that way. Let's move towards transformation of what has kept us in bondage from the cultures and traditions, and also some biblical references which have been used to suppress women. Thank God the church in general is enlightened now to understand the Bible from a holistic point of view, where the will of God is simply that there should be mutual recognition of each other between the male and the female beings. I thank you for this opportunity to share with you a little bit of what I understand as regards the girl child and the importance of the female being as compared to that of the male being. I hope to engage with you in future when time allows and when opportunities arise. I will continue to share with other churches about these programs which are carrying on in the Zion Christian Church. I thank you so much. Glory be to God and blessing to his people. Thank you very much.
Tinotenda Bishop Shawa Emeritus of the Lutheran Church in Zimbabwe. Nedzidziso yose nekuuya kwavo kugamuchira kukokwa ikoku nekuuya kwavo kuzogovana nesu pamusoro pemwanasikana Rebuilding Lost Hope. Ndoda kuti ndidedze Diana, vane chipo chavo chavakagadzira chekusvitsa kuna Bishop Shava. Saka ndoda kukumbira Diana kuti ubve wangoya wasvitsa chipo ichocho, vanhu vese vachizviona. Rega vakomana vagadzire tinoda kutenda Rebuilding Lost Hope Trust nema presentations mapa kuna Bishop na Mai. Tingagona kuti tichinamata yedu tapedza program yedu tinamatei.